Hi, I'm Yannick, and today I'm gonna be showing you the best Airbus add-on aircraft for X-Plane 11. So you might already know there's the flight factor Airbus A320, but $90, that's way too expensive. X-Plane 11 is an American flight simulator, so it got a lot of Boeing aircraft. Right here it's the 737 and it's really well done. The cockpit looks absolutely stunning, so there's no need for Boeing mods. And look, they even got the jumbo jet. In this video, I will be focusing only on freeware aircraft. So there are a lot other beautiful Airbus add-on aircraft which cost a little bit of money, but in this video, I picked every single decent Airbus aircraft that is at least a little bit realistic and absolutely free. The Airbus freeware aircraft community is mostly carried by a guy named Riviere, which converted a lot of old planes from X-Plane 7, 8 or 9, something like that, to X-Plane 11. Most of these aircraft in this video are from him, and on here are even more aircraft I want to show you in this video. I just put the aircraft in order by number, so we're starting with the lowest number, the Airbus A220. And as you can see down here, it's made by Riviere. I don't think this is a converted one, because the Airbus A220 is only available for X-Plane 11 and not for older X-Plane versions, so I think he just made it by himself. Yeah, and we got a lot of cool liveries to choose, so I think I'm gonna go with the default one. It's the Airbus livery, and let's go. So I loaded the aircraft up quick, and we can see our panels here are pretty realistic from the size and everything. Autopilot should be operable. Cockpit is alright. We got everything here. Everything is animated. Side sticks also. And from the outside, this is pretty much a beautiful aircraft. Let's see it flying real quick. Alright, so steering is pretty okay. And the aircraft flies beautifully. So I think the A220 is really one of Riviere's best aircraft. Let's check out the next one. I think the next one should be our A310. I don't know who made this plane. I'll try to put all the links to download in the options if I don't find the one who made this plane. I'll just put it in my Google Drive, and if one of those links doesn't work for you, just write it in the comments, and I also put this plane, my data, on Google Drive and send you the link. So we got this in Lufthansa, or right here. This is a cool looking, retro looking livery, American. Just I want to see this plane already flying, so just get an approach. So this one is absolutely beautiful. The cockpit is made very well. Autopilot and everything is operable. Pretty cool sounds, and everything is animated. Full 3D cockpit, modeled beautifully. Coming to A320s, the mods really aren't that great, as you would expect, cause it's just freeware, but this is one of the best freeware aircraft I've ever seen. This just looks amazing. I want to try if I could land this thing. Just preparing really quick. I'm way too fast. Way too fast. I don't know how to I think, yeah, this always works. In real life, I wouldn't recommend it, but just to lose some speed, you can just quickly push your nose up. Now we're at 240 knots. That's still a bit too fast. I really like those sounds. Come on, get slower, we're way too fast. 220. Come on, brake. We got a pretty long runway. I think that was absolutely butter. I think that was amazing. Let's just look. Now look at this. I have the feeling that this was absolutely beautiful. Alright, it wasn't, but really the landing performance of this aircraft is just amazing. So, coming in numbers, the next one is the A318. It was made by Riviere. I think converted or some stuff, and for most of these airplanes, a guy named Gook from the Explain forums has made a new ACF file just improving the aircraft a bit. I think I downloaded nearly every of these A318, 19, 20 from Riviere, and then got an update ACF file from Gook, so I just try to give you both links or just put my plane with the updated file on the Google Drive. However, Riviere's aircraft are converted, so the cockpit mostly isn't that good. So the autopilot actually is, holy shit, the autopilot actually is operable. Come on, get up. However, the rest of the cockpit really isn't that great. Somebody on the forum said Riviere's aircraft are mostly for flying from spectator perspective, and I think this is true. Because from the outside, they can really be beautiful. So next one coming up is the Airbus A319. I think this was down here. And as you can see, it's also Riviere who made this aircraft. Now looking at this thing, you might notice that the cockpit is exactly the same, and also the nosedive when loading up the plane. Come on, why? What the hell is wrong with you? So it's pretty unlikely that I accidentally downloaded the same aircraft twice, so I think this really is an A319, yes, and not the A318, but it just got the same cockpit. So performance of these is okay, but you have to know that they are from an older Explain version, and the cockpit really isn't that great. So next one coming up is the A320. This is also from Riviere, but it's a cockpit Windows Fix mod, cause this aircraft had white windows when loading it up first, and also the cockpit is really bad. So I found on the forums a guy who tried to fix that, so the windows are alright, not perfect. So there are still some white points, for example down here. But it's alright. I mean, you can touch most things, and autopilot is fully operable, looking great, everything. I just don't know what the hell is wrong with this parking brake. it looks absolutely disgusting, and now it's stuck. The aircraft itself is pretty good for Airbus flying. Help, my map is stuck. For Riviera's aircraft, it's a pretty good flying performance. It also has some pretty nice skins. And the cockpit is alright, just the parking brake bothers me. But I would recommend this as the perfect Airbus freeway aircraft. However, the side sticks are just not perfectly animated. If I pull back, for example, you can see it's going down, even though the plane is flying up. And in the other direction and to the sides, it just doesn't go. You see, it doesn't move. Let's try an approach. I think this could work. Let's put the plane up here. Speed for landing. Alright. I think we're slightly too high. Alright, so this is gonna be a beautiful landing.
500.
Callouts are all perfect. I don't know if the retard also exists.
400.
So gear is out, we can see it with these 3 green triangles. We're slightly under 140 knots. That's not good. I'm not really getting it down, come on. But I've flown this aircraft many times before for our Airbus autopilot training and flight performance. This is absolutely beautiful. We're getting too slow again, come on.
100.
Alright, this was pretty good. It's got a good performance. I love it. Except for the parking brake. So if anybody could make a fix for that parking brake, thank you very much. So coming up is the A321 Neo, and this one is also made by Riviera. So this A321 Neo got Thomas Cook. That's cool. It's also made by Riviera as well. Yeah, I want to do an approach with that. Alright, so right here we don't have animated side sticks, but autopilot and some buttons on the header panel work. I put my view a bit forward. I think most of Riviera's aircraft are completely the same, except for their size. So the A321 is slightly larger, got this cool livery. It's also mostly made for outside flying, but at least we're pretty slow. We're pretty slow. At least the cockpit is
500.
a bit operable, but it doesn't look that nice. So why aren't we always banking to the left and right for nothing? I have 170 knots. So one of the known issues with the Riviera's aircraft is that the speed goes up really fast and down really fast, as you can see. So I'm in a complete nosedive, and we got from 170 to 140 knots in a few seconds. And we're also banking to the left and right if we get too slow. So,
10.
and we're not pulling up. I was pulling up the whole time, so the aircraft barely responds to commands, so my joystick is pulled to the back the whole time. We're not really flaring. So I think I don't really like this A321. As cool as the real life A321 is, look, I'm not doing anything. My hands are away from the controller. The rudder didn't even move the plane. Just what the hell is he doing? So this probably, I don't recommend this particular aircraft. Going numbers, next one already is A330, I think. So this is also Riviera, got also the Thomas Cook. And I think this might be nearly the same, except for yeah, the nose of the plane is slightly different. So we're going Thomas Cook again to completely compare these two aircraft. Let's do a takeoff in this one, so I can look at the plane first before takeoff and show you the cockpit. Maybe this one is better, but I promise after this one the next two planes are absolutely beautiful. So stay to the end. Even if this one is not that good, the next two will be amazing. Alright, so this cockpit looks better than the last one. It's also just these few knobs down here, but at least he put a nice photo up here to pretend that the knobs are there. So side stick isn't operable. You can see my rudders and everything are moving. The side stick is not. Let's put a bit of flaps and we'll try to go. Autopilot. I think I can try this autopilot for this time. So it's really hard to right here. Really hard to hit the knob. Heading is alright. Speed. So I think 145 should be good to pull back. Alright, can I use this? Oh yeah, you have to click autopilot 1. Hello? Autopilot. Please. Alright, so altitude works, but the green light at the autopilot. Or I'm just wrong and there is no green light in real life, but I think there should be. I think we've stalled. Let's see. Yeah, we're way too slow. It just disconnect. Oh, now autopilot works. Why? So autopilot wasn't on all the time. Alright, let's put this to 3000. Then VBS mode right there. That should work. Auto thrust, and then let's put the heading to something else. How can I? Right there. And let's turn. Let's give the plane a few inputs to see how it handles that. So speed looks better. Alright, we're going too fast. Let's see if at least the altitude works. The radar, however, and everything looks pretty well done. Is there fog inside the cabin? I thought that was just the outside. So at least the speed isn't going up anymore. Our heading is alright and our altitude is alright. So autopilot is okay on all of Riviera's aircraft, but this A330 definitely has a better flying performance than the A321 had. Now two beautiful aircraft. So first we got this A340. It's made by Goog. We already know this guy. He made the most ACF files for VS aircraft, but this is made by him, I think. But the cockpit looks really bad. So he didn't really model it. It's just like 3 pixels. So as you can see down here, I already found a cockpit quality fix mod. So some other guy took another cockpit from, I don't know if it was a payware plane or any other beautiful model plane, and managed to squeeze it in here, and the outcome is just amazing. So cirrus clouds, and then so we got everything we need. Side sticks are operable, that is perfect. So autopilot looks way better. Knobs are perfectly to use, and then the head-up panel also has a few more possibilities, and it's just well animated. Every of these has a pretty good texture. So I can already set my autopilot for the next flight. So if we're taking off on runway 32, this get to 32, we can also see how this little blue arrow is moving on these screens. Alright, so let's load the flight back again at 7 in the evening. Alright. The A340, also known under the name hairdryer, has a really bad takeoff performance because of its 4 tiny engines. Flaps back, brake on again. So now let's try to turn on autopilot while flying plane. Whoa, oh, why are we banking? Alright, auto thrust. Holy shit, why are we so... We aren't even slow. Please, autopilot, I need you to save the plane. No. So I paused the game just for now. So, altitude knob. This should be okay, but in VS mode. And heading, I think, is just... Isn't it just to push the button in? So auto thrust is set, altitude to VS, and I don't know, heading. Right there. So we applied our heading. I think we need to turn a bit left. And if everything was done, oh my gear, that should be the problem. We can fly in the evening over Cologne. Landing gear is also beautifully animated. I think exactly that's gonna be the thumbnail screenshot for this video. So this is Rivier's best aircraft of all time. Riviere made this A380 and I don't think it's converted from some old X-plane. I've flown this way back, I think in 2020 or even before that, and I didn't even know it was from Riviere. Let's put on Qantas, cause I sometimes see them in my city, and Yeah, we'll try an approach on the small runway.
Caution.
Why are all of these planes banking today? Is my joystick set wrong? So I've played turboprop flight simulators very often before I explain, and I know the A400M very well. And you might know that the Airbus A380 cockpit is just a modified A400M cockpit. Yeah, let's see, 150 knots should already be a bit too slow. So the side sticks aren't animated. I fixed the plane banking issue. I think there were some stalls because I didn't have flaps applied. I don't know about the A340, but this one is easily fixable with some flaps on slow speeds.
500.
So let's see from up here. Speed should be okay, gears out, brakes are set and flaps everything. Beautiful Ryanair touchdown. Little bounce, front gear first. Whoa, what the hell, we're rolling on the front. Yo, this looks... And that... What the hell? Do we have reverse thrust? I'm really curious. No. Oh, yes, we have reverse thrust. All right, so let's watch the plane first before we attempt the landing. So we get this nice screens, not animated, but all right, they look pretty cool. We got all the stuff down here. Almost nothing is operable, but that's not bad. So gear is operable and the autopilot. So the knobs don't look that good, but all these panels are well made to show you the heading and everything. Up here, except for these... Oh, whoa, what the hell. This aircraft also is a bit old. But it's, I think from the outside modeling, it is Rivier's masterpiece. Also the aerodynamics and everything, and the cockpit is better than most of his other planes. So let's carefully do the next approach. So speed down, flaps, I think all the way up, because we're trying to land at a very low speed to be able to stop on that short runway. Brakes for the ground parking brake isn't animated, so I just hope it's set. Whoa, 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 130 knots, why aren't we stalling?
Sync rate.
Alright, let's keep this for now. I mean, we have much of flaps applied. The default viewpoint in this cockpit is just annoying. Alright, we're a bit too high, but I think this landing should be better.
Pull up.
And then I'll try to deploy reverse thrust, which isn't always that easy on this plane, because sometimes it's glitched and you have to click twice, but if you click twice you sometimes disable it right away. Let's try to land from outside perspective. At least we're getting down this time. Doing a little bit of a late flare. Ah, this was front gear first again. Alright, now let's see it. Reverse thrust. So you really can do these landings better. I've done many better landings in all the time playing X-Plane. But this thing from the outside is just absolutely beautiful. And yeah, you can download it from also the link in the description, and It's completely free and maybe you'll get some better landings than me. Let's park somewhere here. Yeah, and I know we're gonna park with those little planes. I think we should even be able to drive across those because they're so small. We aren't even touching them with our wings. Oh, we've struck the right one with our engine brake. So now we're parking with the little planes. That's a cool photo. I think maybe I put it on the thumbnail as well. Alright, this is the last one of those Airbus aircraft. Let me know in the comments which you liked most. I suppose it's the A340 or 80 or A310. This was also very nice. For now, this is your selection to choose from in the description and comments. Should be a pretty big list of links, so you can choose just whatever you want to fly. I hope you liked the video. If you did, then please leave a like. Thank you for watching and see you next time. I'm currently editing this video, so this is a short editor cut, and I just want to show you this landing I managed. I'm currently in replay mode, and this was, no joke, my first try after ending this video. I just thought, well, now I'm editing it, and I don't really like those A380 landings. So let's just attempt one more, and I'm on the right runway now. This is the long one, and you can see almost perfect touchdown in the touchdown zone on the center line. Now slowly front gear down, and now let's do controlled stop on the runway, and this was absolutely massive.